Benjamin. Benjamin Patrick. Hi. Communications officer. You lucky guy. I'm looking at your new launch teeth. So, hi, Captain. I'm Jefferson. Hi, I'm Third. I do that bit with the shooting. No. It means I play in Latin. It's a really old language. And yes, I play with systems mostly.
Hello everyone and welcome to Fractured Space with Fleet Admiral Katz. As you might have guessed, today we're talking about the Halloween event going on in Fractured Space. Hunt the Charon and the Crew of the Dark. The Charon basically being a heavily modified colossus piloted by space ghouls that have seen way too many sci-fi horror movies like Event Horizon. It's all very cool and very well done for a holiday event. A lot of resources got poured into making this. And if you haven't seen, I think you'll agree it's very intense. And there's a few new features introduced with this patch as well. You'll notice in the upper right hand corner of the HUD where my energy meter is, that I'm currently spotted. You'll be able to tell in the new changes when someone's looking at you, when they can detect you with their sensors, when you're in their sensor range. And that helps you a lot in the coming fight with the Charon, as a lot of the visibility is highly obscured by a particle storm. Oh, check this out. Thread the needle. Nope. Close but no cigar. Now I'm breaking out the Furion because when it comes to hunting the Charon, you need to make sure you've got solid DPS on your side. Both teams get access to the Charon, and it's a race to see who can kill them first. And there's some interesting metagaming that happens here. You can apply your DPS to the Charon, or you can apply your DPS to the enemy team. And if you're doing that, you're not killing the Charon. And a lot of times this also happens during a gamma fight. So a lot of interesting things happen all at once. So one thing you can do to make sure you're prepared is just bring the beefiest, the damage dealing ship that you own. And I opted for the Furion. Mostly because of that damn sexy flamethrower. And those sweet guns too. Now, so far, this particular game has panned out pretty average. Things are going as you might expect, where we've fought over the first set of mines. What is this? Surrender? Who's gone and taken their crazy pills today? That is a 100% fail rate. I didn't think this game went too bad. It's been a tug of war, but look at our resources. We're starting to come out on top. We're actually doing quite well. Ooh, who wanted to throw the game? You know what? That's a video for another day. We'll talk about that another time. Right now, we're entering Gamma 1. During this particular recording, the Charon hunt was relatively new. Solid data on how the Charon behaved was still unknown, and so I was rather expecting that the distress beacon would make its appearance right here, right now. But it was not the case. It seems to most frequently appear during Gamma 2. And we're going aggressive this Gamma fight with the presence of most of our team and a protector on board. We can afford to take a few risks to apply greater DPS, and I want to take this Leviathan out. It looks like the gambit's paying off, one Leviathan down. And I spy with my little eye one pioneer that wants to die. Regardless of my low health, friendly protector to the rescue. That's all I needed, Pioneer. Oh boy. I did everything right, but I didn't take enough cover from the Overseer's beam. Oof. At least my explosion took him out too. The thing about the Charon is, it's a hunt. It doesn't appear before you. You have to find it. Now what happens is a distress signal is beamed across the battlefield to all teams. And whomever finds it first unlocks it for their team. So it's in your best interest to find it and access it so that your team can get in and get that juicy kill. At the time of this recording, it's been a day or two after the event, and oh, there we go. There is our distress signal. Now, as of right now, I don't know whether or not both parties, opposing team and friendly team, get access to the unknown dark sector once the distress signal's been discovered. That one right there. That's what you're looking for. It's usually poking out from underneath one of the local asteroids, and a friendly paladin there has uncovered it, and we're going in. We're going in hard. Look at this. Oh, it gives you shivers. Something's out there. And you see me spamming my blaster into the night sky simply because I'm just using it as a probe of sorts. Now I'm going to shut up for just a moment so you can experience the atmosphere. Are those Cons, we have contact with the enemy. All hands, brace for impact. Evasive maneuvers. I need a solid tone on the enemy. We found him. Upon encountering the Charon, you'll note that it acts and behaves remarkably like a tricked out Colossus. In fact, it is a tricked out Colossus, although this particular one plays like it's got maximum level gamma buff and then some. Unsuspecting pilots encountering the Charon will find themselves in for a rude awakening. Successfully taking out the Charon will yield a substantial supply bonus. And just like any Colossus, it comes with the engine disable ability, but with all of its buffs, its cooldown period is approximately 3 or 4 seconds, so it's able to just keep me here dead in the water. And you can see that the enemy team has taken advantage of our distraction, and they're going for our home base. And we're not going to have it. The Charon is ours, and we're warping in. And once again, we're going full aggro. That puppy's ours. That was a hard-earned fight. By the way, pro tip, the Charon is a beast. Don't let it being a defensive tanky ship fool you. It will wreck your shit. Pardon my French, YouTube. Oh god, demonetized. It will wreck you so hard if you go in thinking, oh, it's just a Colossus. No, this particular Colossus... Damn, we wrecked that team. This particular Colossus is the equivalent of a level 9 Colossus, if not more. It is an intense fight if you go in there unprepared. If you're underleveled, or you're flying a support ship, or a particularly squishy attack ship, you'll find yourself in a world of hurt. Now this is a rare thing in any game, let alone Fractured Space, but our team seems to be well coordinated enough to understand it's time for Gamma. It's time right now. And just like before, bam, we're taking them down. Whew, they just didn't have any staying power. Yeah, they had a Leviathan. Yeah, they had a repair vessel, but for some reason they just didn't have what it takes to hold up against our might. Now, one thing you'll see during this particular event is in the early game, when you're choosing your ships, you'll occasionally notice that a particle storm has been detected. Oh, Goose, get past it. I think we're okay. Maybe not. Yeah, this is gonna hurt. I never get to keep the gamma buff. Anyway, back to what I was saying. You'll see and notice of a particle storm sweeping in, and what happens is when you've taken down the Charon, the dark takes over. And it doesn't happen in every game. This is one game where it didn't happen. But the particle storm will sweep in and obscure all visual and sensor data. Now, we make a bit of a risky play here with the Furion. In my previous video, I lamented that a hyper-aggressive Furion typically gets punished very easily. But here I am, diving into the enemy base, taking out their turrets, taking out their ships. I've got a friendly Paragon helping back me up, providing extra capture points, and perhaps most importantly, is massive, beefy health pool to help soak up all of the enemy fire. Oh, take out this protector. Personal vendetta against all enemy repair ships. Burn, baby, burn! And this is it. The final stretch. Take down this ship and capture the enemy base. Of course, it's a Leviathan. Fleet Admiral, she's not gonna hold together. She's falling apart. Nah, it don't matter. Oh, that Leviathan's exploding corpse would have taken us down had we not won. Whew, that was a good game. I want to go back to that vote for a surrender real quick. Now, it's true that there are some games where surrendering just saves everyone's time, and you know what those games are. You've felt those games. But surrendering early in the match is just throwing away a victory. It turns a chance at victory, a chance at a good game, or even a chance at turning the tides in the late game into a 100% fail. It guarantees a loss. And that's something I want to talk about in a future video. Since this was a pretty short game, figures for things like takedowns and capture points, they're all pretty small, but I think you'll agree, that was pure domination. And that is Hunt the Charon, an event that runs from right now, until November 5th, 5 p.m. UTC. I don't know what time code that is. You figure it out. If the skin tickles your fancy, as it should, look at how beautiful it is. It's engraved, it's got cloudy yellow things, it's amazing. It's the new bar for pretty skins in Fractured Space. If it tickles your fancy, it is available in the Fractured Space store for a mere 3,990 platinum. I think it's worth the dough. It nets you a 20% credit bonus in a match. And if the Colossus happens to be one of your preferred ships in combat, then the 20% credit bonus is something that will net you some pretty nifty things from the store in the long run. And that's going to do it for today's video. Join me on Twitch, where I occasionally do Fractured Space content from time to time. I want to thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care.